Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Zikri Firmansyah. I'm a student of Information System in Sriwijaya University, and at this moment, I'm going to present and demonstrate my assignment for the mid-semester of the operating system major. This video will show you how I complete several tasks related to the Linux operating system. These tasks include creating directories, managing files, setting access, working with symbolic links, and understanding user mask setting. I will explain each step clearly and show you the result of the command I use. I hope this video will be easy to follow and helpful for anyone who wants to learn about the basic Linux command and file management. Let's get started. Okay, now we already moved into the terminal in my Linux operating system. At the first, I want to make the directory consists of main directory and 3 subdirectories. To make the directories, I use makdir syntax or makdir command with the name of directory. I will name it as my name underscore my full name. Okay. After this, we will check the directory. Is it created or not using the ls command. As you can see, the directory that we created before as displayed in when we type the ls command. It means we success to make the directory. So we name this as the main directory, and then we enter inside of the main directory cd using the cd command, cd space name of directory. It means we already inside of the main directory, and after we enter the main directory, we can make the 3 more directory with name, document, code, and arsip. Okay, so we see again. As we can see, the 3 of directory has created in the main directory. The 3 of this directory, it's called the subdirectories. To check the structure of directory, we can use command ls min r. Oh, sorry, r with uppercase, and then the name of main directory. Underscore Zikri underscore Firmansyah. The terminal display the name of main directory and their subdirectories, and then the structure of subdirectory arsip, document, and code. I think that's all for number 1. We move into the number 2. Okay, now let's move into the question number 2. In this question, I will manipulating the file from the directories. The first thing that I want to do is I want to make the file with the name of identitas.txt inside the document directories. I enter the directory first. Okay, document, and after that I created the file with using command touch, and then the name of file identitas.txt. As we can see, the file has been created, and then I want to fill the file with the content using the echo min e nama underscore s dimension ini. Okay. Into the identitas dot txt. Okay. Now the file has been filled. To see the content of the file, we can use the cat command with the name of file. Identitas.txt. Now the content inside of the identitas.txt file. And then I will copying the identitas.txt from the document into the archive directory with name identitas underscore backup. So the first I need to exit all of the directory first, then using the command copy as a gp, and then the location of identitas.txt file underscore underscore Ansha and then document, then identitas.txt, and then I define the location where I want to copying this file. So I want copying this file into the archive directory. Archive. And then don't forget to change the name into the identitas backup.txt. Okay, now we will check the file that has been copied before. Using cd into the archive directory. We display. As you can see, the copy file has been inside the archive directory. To check is this file seems like identitas.txt in document directory, we can use cat command again to check the value or the content inside the file. Then it does store backup.txt. Okay. Now the content of identitas underscore backup seems like content of identitas.txt. It means we success to copy this file from the document directory with the name identitas.txt into the archive directory with the name identitas underscore backup.txt. And the last one, I want to move the identitas file from the document directory into the code directory. The first thing I want to do is exit from directory like usual, and then I using the move command as mv, and then the location of identitas.txt file. Maybe I will use this. I'll use this. mv the location of identitas.txt, and then the location where we want to move the file. I want to move file into the coded directory with the name seems like original file. Okay, now we will check the file location. We check in the document directory first. Now in the directory document has empty value or doesn't have any more file. And then we can check the archive directory. Oh no, for the directory. And then as we can see now, the identitas file has moved from the document directory into the code directory. Okay, we move into the question number 3. In this question, I will modify the access permission in the file index identitas underscore backup.txt. So I need to search the location of identitas.txt. And then I need to see the value of access from the identitas underscore backup.txt. As we can see in this value, the identitas underscore backup has value read and write for user and only read for the group and nothing for the others. This is already same with the question, but I will explain how to change the access from the text or directory. To change the access permission, we can use the chmod command, and then we can use number or character. For the character, we can define the user as U and the group as G and the other as O. If we want to change the permission, we can use equal, or if we want to add the permission, we can use the plus, and if we want to decrease the permission, we can use minus. And then for the right, we can define as R, and for the SW, sorry. And for the read, we can define as R, and for the execute, we can define as X. For the syntax, it means for user, group, and others will change permission into the write, read, and execute. Let's try identitas underscore backup dot txt. Now, as you can see, all of the permission now has read, write, and execute. And then if we want to change the permission, seems like the questions, we can use chmod again. Now we can change with the number. For the number, I will define like this: 2, 4, and 1. Identitas underscore backup. Okay, sorry, .txt. And then I use the ls min l. So as we can see, for the number 2, its value for write access, and then for the number 4 is value for the read access, and the 1 is for the execute access. So if we want to change the user has access for read and write, we can summarize the value of read and write. Read has 4 value and write has 2 value. 4 plus 2 is seems like 6. And then if we want to change the group permission into the only read, we can enter the value of read. Read has 4 value, and then to others doesn't have an access, we can type 0. It means doesn't have an access for the others. Then identitas underscore backup dot txt. That's mean, so now the identitas backup dot txt has permission for the user only read and write, and then permission for the group only read, and permission for others nothing. Okay, let's next into the next question. Next question, I want to change the name of user and the name of group. Sudo chown identitas underscore backup dot txt root stuff identitas. Okay, okay. Now the information about the user and group has been changed. You can see admin L now. You can see now the name of user is root and the name of group is staff. Okay, let's move into the question number 4. In this question, I will using the symbolic link. First, I need to create the file with name references underscore my name. Go in A document basic. Oke, yang Indonesia dengan ini. Okay, then we name the file as reference score. Okay, then we link with symbolic the shortcut for sorry references 0 and then to shortcut. Now you can see the shortcut has linked with the reference. And then we can see the value of shortcut. It has the same value with the reference. And then if we change the reference, now if we see the value of shortcut, it will should change seems like the original file. Okay, for the last question, I will doing the UMass settings. For the UMass, the first I need to check the default value of UMass. Now I know that the default value of UMass is 0, 2, and 2. And then I want to create a new file with the random name like A, and then I check the information about the file. As we know, the user permission has the read and write access, and then the group group permission has the read access, and then the others permission has the read access too. And after that, I change the UMass into the 0, 2, and 7, and I check and I try to make the file with name data underscore my full name, no, only my student ID. And then I check again the information about the files. They have a different access value when when they using the different UMass. So my conclusion is the UMass has the value that which is the value is using to decrease the maximum access from the files. Like we say, if the file has the max value access is 6 and 6 and 6, and then we have UMass 0, 2, and 7, so we can decrease each access with each UMass value. So the 6 decrease to 0 equal to 6. So it means it has a read and write access, or 6 decrease to 2. It has value 4. It means the group has the only read access, and 6 minus 0 minus 7 is equal to 0. So it means that has no access. Okay, now I already done doing all the tasks for the mid semester of operating system major. Maybe I will review a bit about the task. The first, the directory structure. In operating system, the directory are used to organize files and other directory in a hierarchy way. This helps users and administrators manage data more efficiently by grouping related files together. A well-organized directory structure make it easier to find files, improving system performance, and ensure that data is stored in a logical and accessible way. And then for the file manipulation, include the creating, copying, moving, and renaming files. These are basic but essential tasks for managing data in a file system. Being able to manipulate files is a crucial for tasks like backing up data, organizing files, and sharing information between user or application. And the third, access permission. Permission control who can read, write, or execute a file or a directory. They are divided into the 3 categories: owner, group, and others. Setting permission correctly ensure that only authorized user can access or modify files. This is very important for maintaining security and privacy, especially in a multi-user environment. The fourth, symbolic links. A symbolic link is a special type of file that acts as a shortcut to another file or directory. It points to the location of the original file instead of storing its own data. Symlinks or symbolic links are useful for creating shortcuts to frequently access files, simplifying directory structure, and saving storage space. And the last, user mask. The user mask determines the default permission for newly created files and directory. It works by subtracting permission from the default values. Understanding UMask is important for setting up secure and organized file system, as it ensures that file and directory are created with the right permission by default. Overall, these tasks help us understanding the basics of file and directory management in Linux. These skills are essential for anyone who working with a Linux-based operating system, whether as a system administrator, developer, or regular user. By organizing file, setting permission, creating symlinks, and understanding UMask, we can manage data more efficiently and securely. These concepts are the foundation of working with operating system and are crucial for both personal and professional use. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Sorry for any mistake that I done, and thank you very much for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.